So they also need to think something about their own self. So I am not the responsible person. Very harsh, I know. Very harsh,
Okay,
and
it's
I'm
all
sorry.
right. Hey, come on. I'm not blaming you. I'm just,
I'm not
putting
a
for.
right it.
Although I was
Okay.
asking about the recommendations for books, the new books which I can read, but that thing is also fine. No worries. But those views were of the authors. So, what do you
Okay.
think? What will happen if the money disappears from this world?
Okay. If money disappears, I'll be okay. The answer would vary, but my opinion
Mhm,
is, in my case, if money disappears from my life and there's no use of money henceforth,
mhm,
in any case, in case of buying, selling, or anything, if there's barter system
mhm,
reappearing as it used to happen in the past, give and take
mhm,
process where I am providing service and in turn I am
mhm,
getting the service from them. So this was also being practiced when there was no money. So people did work hard and there was less greed, because money is something people want in excess, in plethora. They want it, they
mhm.
accumulate it, and at the same time they don't even use it. They save it for future purpose, and that future never arrives.
Right.
So there is more of greed among people in hoarding the money.
Uh-huh.
But if there's no
Mhm,
money anywhere, I feel there'll be no hoarding or accumulating certain stuff. It will be just that I'm
mhm,
providing service to you, you provide me in
mhm,
returns, and compensation will go on. So in this way, it will be hard work and give and take process, which will be much
mhm,
simpler life than what we are living today.
mhm,
And what would I say? Yeah, this is something I feel it's very interesting to know that if money disappears, we won't be running behind something to have in excess. We would
right.
work only in upscaling ourselves for our own benefit, for developing our own skill in a better way, and approaching people and providing them with a good feedback and getting our things in return from them. So this is what I feel.
Mm. Okay. Well, your point, it is similar to what I listened. They were also talking
Okay.
about the barter system and all.
Okay,
And
okay.
one more thing, they added it will be a little bit discomfortable, or you can say inconvenient in many ways,
Okay.
because if you don't have a currency, you
Huh,
don't really need to, like, hey, I got some stuff which I can
huh.
trade for something what I want. But if you are
Okay.
a producer, you have the stuff in access. So
Mm,
one tension will be like you have to buy whatever you need. The
yes,
other
yes,
will be you need to find the right buyer for it.
yes,
Like
correct, correct,
if you want clothes and you are having the rice, so you need to find the person who is in need of
correct.
rice so that you can get clothes from him. And the
Hmm.
other one will be, it's not like the hoarding thing as you mentioned.
Correct,
It will be very hard because you don't really
correct,
need to hoard the stuff. You need to clear your own buffer. Whatever you are
correct,
having, you need to
correct.
sell it. When I say
Yeah,
sell it, you need to trade it. Like you cannot sell because there is no money.
correct, correct.
Hmm.
This will be inconvenient, because if I want some service at the moment and I'm searching for
Hmm.
someone to provide me that, but in turn that person is not ready to take what I am giving them, so it will be difficult and the barter system will go wrong in that case. Maybe, yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
that's true. Okay, so let's take the opposite question. I'm not taking questions from this PDF, by the way. These are my own questions. So let's say you get $1 million right now. Let's say you won a lottery and you won $1 million. These are, I think, not 8 lakhs, 80 lakhs in rupees, I guess. And that's a huge amount of money. So how will you spend that money?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. And if I have this, honestly, what will I do is I simply start with creating a platform of my own wherein I'll hire many, 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 many teachers and ask them, I'll pay them, I'll pay them, and I'll tell them to to teach
Mhm.
English to my audience, whoever is watching us here, because most
Okay.
people are not comfortable with the cost. with the cost.
Hmm.
But if
I
I
agree.
am a billionaire and if I can do some service and in return charge
Hmm.
them very minimal, very, very, very minimal, like just 100 rupees. So I might
Hmm.
procure more of benefit in this way because people from rural areas or people those who actually cannot provide or afford their entire family in their own expenses and they want to learn English or do something in their life,
Hmm.
they think for money because any enrollment fees or service fee, everything is dependent on money. In return, I might get the credit that this lady is doing a good job and she is providing students a very good platform. But at the same time, I won't get complaints from my teachers because the teachers I might hire are here for their bread and
Hmm.
butter. So honestly, I am not somebody who might ask teachers also to think the way I am thinking. So I have to pay them. So for paying them, I should have
Okay.
enough money. Once my platform is built and once I have audience in excess all over India or
Hmm.
all over the nation or maybe across countries, I might earn profit more than I expect with this minimal cost of charging my students. So that will
Hmm.
create a good business for me and that will be the
Okay.
best use I feel for money.
Okay. I have a counter question for you.
Uh-huh.
What about the people who are already in this business? Like you are talking about lowering down the cost to minimum
Mm-hmm.
so that people can afford. But
Mm-hmm.
what about the other, yeah, you can say your competitors? Like, won't they
Okay.
be, quite angry? Like, hey, why you are lowering down so much? We also need to earn our bread and butter. It's just
101%
like you want to
possibility.
feed the students, but you are going to kick out the other teachers.
Correct, correct,
Won't
correct,
it be the
correct.
bad thing?
See, this is something I can't help. I can't help because I I will look after my own intentions. And
Hmm.
if you might have heard, there are many platforms these days which are available online, and they are
Hmm.
providing services, educational services to students at a very minimum cost. Very minimum cost. So students like us who actually couldn't afford high cost uh, tuitions or coaching classes back then when I was studying, I really felt that there should be something which I could afford, but unfortunately, I couldn't get access to that during my schooling days or my college days. But now I see many online developers, they are doing this and they are earning the profit. At the same time, they are minimizing the cost. So it is accessible to students all over the nation, and maximum of them are actually favoring and giving credit to all these online platforms, and they are treating them like celebrities and god because they have changed their lives. So I feel creating a medium for people, those who are in need and not thinking about the business, not thinking about the other
Hmm.
business and how am I destroying it or what am I doing it to it. So they also need to think something about their own selves. So I am not the responsible person. Very harsh, I know. Very harsh,
Okay,
and
it's
I'm
all
sorry.
right. Hey, come on, come on. I'm not blaming you. I'm just,
I'm not
putting
a
forth my
billionaire.
point.
You just asked me, imagine if you were a billionaire, what would you do? At this moment, I, in fact, do not have enough to pay even one teacher. So forget hiring many teachers and paying them and charging minimum from my students. Maybe, I don't know what future brings. Nothing
Okay,
is
I can relate
predictable.
with that. Like whenever I hear the word billion and million, the first thing will be I will start counting the zeros. Then I will think
Zero.
how much things I can buy for myself. Then I will
Okay.
think of the teachers and other stuff.
Okay.
So,
Okay, but at the same time, I feel that the products which I need for my life is either food, shelter, clothing, and love from people. Only these things matter, and
okay.
apart from these things, what would I buy? So I feel that my wishes are not beyond a certain limit. I need just good food, healthy food, good shelter, and clothes for myself, and love from people. And a good living, I feel for our life, we need only these things which are essential. Rest everything is for our luxury. And if you have
Mhm.
your own earned money, if you want to, what do we say? enjoy your life in a luxurious manner, then you go ahead with that. But basic
Mhm.
necessities is something we live for in our day-to-day life.
Wow. Right now, I don't know why you remind me of Gautam Buddha. Like
Oh,
he used to
oh,
say
I have
similar
no
things.
idea about him. Yeah, I have no idea about what he said or what was his
Uh,
proverb. It's just my
I
thinking
don't
which I
know in
said.
like too deep either, but his
Mm,
thoughts were somewhat similar. Like, hey,
simple,
the
yeah.
human greed and desires, these are the evil stuff.
Uh-huh.
Avoid them,
Correct,
achieve the
correct,
satisfaction, blah blah blah.
correct,
Well, no
correct.
offense, I'm not really a spiritual person, so I
Okay,
don't really
okay.
have the knowledge about that aspect.
Yeah,
But still,
I
like from what I
wasn't
have heard.
connected. I wasn't connected with spirituality, but I have started connecting myself, and it helps. It helps. It calms your
Oh,
brain, and at a very immense level, it
mhm,
reduces the stress in your life. Honestly, if you actually
okay.
start reading and start following all these spiritual leaders, I would
Mhm.
recommend you.
Maybe I will do it, but not right now. Like maybe after a few
You-
years, I will
Yeah,
give
you
it
prepare for
a
exam.
try.
You prepare
Yeah,
for
right
exam
now I need to make sure
first.
I have a source of livelihood,
Uh-huh.
a
Correct,
stable one.
correct, correct, correct.
Okay, you are a YouTuber, like you are
Uh,
in this field. Maybe it's been more than a year or 2 year, I
one
guess.
and a half year. 1.5 year.
1.5 year, right? Okay, so as a content creator, you are
Uh,
somehow contributing in the economy. Okay,
economy.
not on the
Okay.
national scale. Like
Okay.
you are a creator. Okay, you are
Mm,
providing a sort of service to
mm,
people, and
mm.
there is an audience, a group of audience. You can
Huh.
say around how many thousand subscribers? I
5,000.
forgot the number.
Right. Right.
5,000. So yeah, that's a big number. So they are consuming your services.
Okay.
So do you have any advice for the newbies who are trying to be a content creator on platforms like YouTube, or
Okay.
it might be some other platforms? So do
Uh-huh.
you have any advice for them?
Huh.
Those who want
Yes,
to be a
I
professional
do.
content creator.
Mm. The first advice is, if you are running behind money and if you are creating
Mhm,
something for your own sake, for your own purpose of generating some profit or income from it, if this is the only purpose, primary purpose, I would say, then you
mhm,
are not sailing in the right direction. You're going to sink very badly, because when
uh,
this is the priority, you start offending your own self, your own quality of service which you provide, and then suddenly you
mhm,
start feeling low about yourself, that am I not good enough, and am I not doing the best, I'm not generating anything, and you want things to work out quite quicker than expected, and you do not have patience in that case, so nothing will work. If it is your passion, if you really
mhm,
wish to do something for your own self. See, I am creating content. Honestly, I'm not doing it
mhm.
for people. There is no
Okay.
social service strategy in my mind. On my first video, also when I started and I began, there was no such idea that I have to help people. No, my aim
Okay.
was to let myself expose on online platform, because I was a very camera shy person 1.5 year back. To what I am today, I'm very confident facing the camera. I can do anything on camera today. But a year and a half back, I was not at all able to face camera, not do anything. I simply wanted to be online. That was my own wish. I did it for myself. I didn't do for anyone. I didn't do. But when people
Okay.
started connecting to me, when the numbers from zero started increasing, and I started receiving feedback from people that they are learning from me, they are following. In fact, there was a student who told me that she is writing the steps which I mentioned in my video and how do I practice. And she started doing that. She started observing change in that. So I believe that after people started connecting with me and I became a family, after that I started taking it up as a responsibility, that I have
Mhm.
to do something for these people and not just for myself. That's
Well,
it
thanks for
for
the
me.
advice. Let me delete my YouTube channel because I was looking to earn some money from it. Just kidding. I don't have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah, you told me
so
you are
well,
not social person. You don't like all these things. I remember.
see,
I remember very well.
it's more like no. I don't really know a person who don't want to be
Uh-huh.
popular, but
Correct.
it's it really needs efforts. Okay,
Hmm.
if you are going to make a channel, if you are going to put your content on any platform, you need to
Hmm.
make sure it's a quality content, it's
Correct.
somewhat what people need,
Correct.
and the demand and supply thing. So in short, you need to take care of a lot of things,
Correct.
and that thing needs research, time, and
Time.
hard
Yeah.
work, dedication,
Correct.
blah 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 blah.
Correct.
And
I
it's
agree.
better to get a job instead of doing that. That's my opinion.
Different choices. Different choices. I manage it along with my job because I feel this is something I love. Every morning when I wake up and I see a comment from an unknown person
Mhm.
writing something good for me, who I have never seen, I feel that my day goes well with that comment. I mean, it
Mhm.
gives satisfaction. Immense.
Well, I'm happy for you. That's all I can say because I don't really know the feeling.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's time to wind it up. Do you have any questions for me?
all right. No such question as of today.
Okay.
I'll come up with
As for the
something.
feedback, as usual, you are amazing.
Thank you.
And
And
uh,
you had asked
okay.
me to start reading books. I have started reading, but usually I don't get
Uh,
time. But I'm telling my viewers also that please do
mhm.
start reading. If you are simply listening to our videos, just don't stick to listening. Do read it aloud. It will help you build sentences more. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And don't forget to give me some recommendations.
Yeah.
If you get a
Uh,
good find,
if
recommend me
if
some
you like
books.
Yogesh sir's video, please do write in the comment section that how was he? Did you like it or anything? Please write it in the comment section. It's my request to everyone watching us. That's it. Maybe
Oh,
people will write it.
although I was
Okay.
asking about the recommendations for books, the new books which I can read, but that thing is also fine. No worries.
Okay. Okay. I thought your
Yeah,
own recommendation, no issues. I would
all
in
right.
the next
That's all
class.
right. So thanks for
Thank
having me. Bye bye. See ya. Have a
Bye
nice
bye.
day.